Good morning and Happy New Year. I did have a nice holiday in New Year. Thank you for asking. It was nice to just get a break from travel and racetracks and long days at the racetrack. It's nice to just kind of step away from it all for a little bit. You know, I didn't even have that much time off. I had less than a month, basically, as I stand here right now. It's not that I stopped working. I still do jobs around Charlotte. I still do some food photography and portraits and just random stuff for QC Exclusive magazine, which is a magazine I've been staff for 12 years now. But yeah, it's back to work with the race cars. Today, I'm driving down from my hometown in Charlotte, North Carolina to Carolina Motorsport Park, where the Lamborghini SC63 is doing a little shakedown test. So this week, we all head down to Daytona, Florida for the Roar test, and then next week is race week. But Lamborghini is basically doing a little shakedown with the SC63. Now, if you don't know what the SC63 is, it was the prototype race car, the green one, the number 63 and the number 19. It ran at the 24 Hours of Le Mans last year. It also they ran one-car programs in World Endurance Championship, as well as a one-car program in the IMSA WeatherTech series. This year, it's not running in World Endurance Championship, unfortunately, only in the IMSA WeatherTech endurance races. So we've got Daytona first, Sebring, Watkins Glen, Indianapolis, and then Petit Le Mans at the end of the year. So we've got a full schedule of the endurance races for this car, but they're going to do a little shakedown with it. It's got a brand new livery on it. There's a new team running it. Roman Grosjean will be driving it this morning, but it is nice and brisk. I don't know if you can see my breath, but it is chilly out here. It is definitely below freezing Fahrenheit, which is below 0 Celsius. And nice early morning, nice chilly day. We've had a little bit of snow in Charlotte the last couple days. That's all gone because, you know, North Carolina weather, but it's still really, really cold. So I've got all my winter gear on. I've got my cameras packed in my car. I've got a harness in case we can do car to car. Basically, I've got all the tools that I need to make pictures for Lamborghini so that they can share the new wrap and livery on this car and some pictures of this shakedown. So I'm gonna head down to South Carolina and get this going after I have a little breakfast. So it's bow time. Let's go. I have made it down to CMP, Carolina Motorsport Park, and unfortunately it is a very gray day in addition to being a very cold day. So yeah, not the nicest light out here, but I'm gonna start with a static shot of the car somewhere around here. Basically just get as many different angles as I can. Front 3/4, rear 3/4, side on, front on, rear shots, like just top down, everything I can possibly get in a very short amount of time. And then we're gonna have 1 hour where the car can be running. That's the testing regulations for the LMDh cars, the prototype cars. You can run for 1 hour, you know, outside of an official IMSA WeatherTech testing session. So yeah, not a lot of time that they get with the car. I don't really know all the legalities and I don't know all the details, but Iron Lynx, which is the team that was running the car in World Endurance Championship as well as IMSA WeatherTech last year, is no longer running the car. World Endurance Championship program has been axed. We are just only doing a IMSA WeatherTech program. So yeah, Riley Motorsport is now taking over this program, and they took delivery of this car a week ago. So it's really amazing that they're even able to do a shakedown test considering the complexity of these cars. Like, they are not simple cars. So they're learning on the fly. They're really a very well equipped team, a very experienced team. I'm really excited to work with them. This should be a lot of fun. So hopefully the car behaves today. We're gonna start with a static shot. Hopefully at the end of the day, we'll be able to do a rolling shot, car to car, maybe. I've asked if we can, and they said they're going to make it happen if they can, but obviously the most important thing is to do, you know, the laps with the car to make sure everything is running as it should be. Roman Grosjean actually is flying in his private plane right now. He's a pilot, so he's landing, you know, about now, and then he'll drive to the track, do some laps in the rental car so he knows the track, and then he'll get in the race car and do some late race car laps, and we'll see where we are at the end of the day. So we got 1 hour of testing, but we're going to start with a static shot. All right, let's go see how they're doing. So because this is a top secret livery, like, they don't want the world to see it until Lamborghini officially announces it and puts it on their channels and does a press release and all that. They don't want just passerbys on the highway to go like, oh, what's that? Take a picture. They're actually running the East Course, which is basically the part of the track that just runs way out into the forest, not the section of track that kind of runs along the highway, Highway 521. So they're kind of just doing this as a secret test, but yeah, of course, my video is not going to come out until way after this this car has been unveiled and shown to the world. But you know, I can kind of show you the car now in pieces, and then when I'm doing the static stuff, and I'll show you like what it looks like. But you know, Lamborghini would obviously not be okay with me releasing this video before they put out their pictures. So that's kind of why you just have to kind of time stuff and be very aware, media savvy with who you're working with and all that stuff. So yeah, it's exciting to be here. I'm very thankful to be here, and it's cool to be back at CMP because I actually started my career as basically an amateur motorsport photographer right here at this track, just covering track days when I was in my early 20s. Just brought a camera out here, 70-200 lens, and yeah, this is where I basically started my career. I've been here many times since then, but it's cool to be back. It's a very pretty track. There's not a lot of junk in the backgrounds. It's nice to shoot, but you know, it's not like a very accessible track for spectators and racing photographers. You can't really just walk around to some of the corners. You're kind of limited to areas around here, but it is a really pretty track. Just lots of forest and pine trees in the background, and it's nice to be back. Yeah, right. Keep coming forward a little bit more. Right there. Yeah, cool. Bonjour, monsieur.
Bonjour, ça va?
Ça va bien.
Good.
How are you?
Good. What do you think of the new car?
I like it. Yeah, I like it a lot. We just did a static shoot with it out there, and it looked really good.
Yeah. It looks a lot more modern.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna go back in the trailer.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Stay warm, and then when they need me, they call me.
Hopefully. Apparently the secret to going fast is to stick packets of microfiber towels in the air intake. Top tip. Alrighty, we've got our first lap on the board. Romain has taken it out for an installation lap, basically just to make sure that all systems are go. There's no flashing red lights on the dash. Yeah, just literally one lap, out and in. So they're gonna check it over, clean it, make sure everything looks good, and then send it right back out. If you've ever been to a test, it's not exactly thrilling stuff. You stand around all day, you're waiting, you're trying to figure out what's going on. The mechanics are working on the cars, the engineers are working on the cars. These are very complicated machines. These are hybrid vehicles that use a combination of combustion power with a hybrid unit. So yeah, they're very, very complicated. They take a lot of engineers, a lot of mechanics to make them work. And Riley has basically been given something that they really don't know a lot about, and then been given a book and an instruction manual and a whole bunch of Lamborghini engineers and the car, and they're expected to learn it and figure it out. So again, props to them for figuring all of this out in a very, very short amount of time. But yeah, we've got our first lap on the board, and we'll see what the rest of the day holds. Oh yeah, a little pizza action with some Lamborghini on the side.
This video is brought to you by Paddock Focus Photography Workshops. Want to learn how to become a professional motorsport photographer or simply improve your racing images? Check out paddockfocus.teachable.com and use the code PFYouTube for 10% off.
I don't want to know if you use this also for something else.
No, that's not very comfortable. Come on,
It's not.
that wouldn't be fun. I don't know who was in this last, but it wasn't me. Okay. I'll attach it to, it's okay. It's pretty easy. It clips like right on my back. And it'll mostly prevent me from falling out. I could tighten it up. I think I'm ready. Are they ready? That never gets old. It's so cool, like having a race car, especially a prototype car, like right up your ass. Yeah, it's really cool. And when done safely, like there's nothing dangerous about it. It's really, really cool. And especially when you're working with pro drivers, like I have Andrea Caldarelli, like Sebring 12-hour winner, Daytona 24-hour winner. Andrea's done so many different kinds of racing over his career, and he's an incredible guy, an incredible driver. To have him driving me around is even better. And then having Roman Grosjean driving the race car sitting right behind us is just doesn't get any better than that. Good days on the job. Right, that is everything from CMP. We are done here. We're gonna wrap up. They're gonna put the car away and then send it down to Florida for its first Rolex 24-hour. I'm really excited to see this car on track on the banking again, because it actually did a test last year at Daytona for the mandatory IMSA BOP test, but it has never raced in the Rolex 24-hour, so I'm really excited to see it race in the Rolex 24. But I actually got to chat with Romain a little bit about the car and see how the track was, and he said the track is actually fantastic. Like, he actually really enjoyed it. He was like, I wish I could really push around here. We were just kind of doing systems checks all day and just making sure that the car was working as expected, and you know, everything was doing what it should do. He was like, I really wish I could have pushed because it's awesome. So yeah, pretty surprising actually that he loved it out here. So really cool to hear that about CMP. But yeah, I am gonna go home for one more day. I'm gonna edit all these pictures that I did this afternoon, the car-to-car stuff, get them sent to Lamborghini. Apparently the press release goes out tomorrow afternoon, so I don't have a ton of time to turn these around and get them all polished up for Lamborghini. But yeah, gonna head home. I've got a photo shoot tomorrow at a restaurant, because again, I'm not just a motorsport photographer. That is what I mainly do, but I don't just do that. And then I drive down to Daytona, Florida on Wednesday morning for another Rolex 24-hour week. But yeah, I'm really excited. I've got some amazing clients. We've got some, amazing photographers helping me out for this race week. I'm really excited. And thank you all for being along for the ride for this journey that I've started with YouTube. It's been really fun. Just surpassed 15,000 subscribers. Yesterday actually. So really cool to have the numbers growing in the right direction. So thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And I'll see you in Daytona as the car fires up. Let's go, baby.